Hey everybody, welcome to Craft Nicks. I'm Nick. I want to jump straight into some homebrew Stargrave content for this video. So it's probably what I labeled it down below. So if you are a player of Stargrave, you love Stargrave, you want to try Stargrave, you've been watching it, lurking Stargrave, anything Stargrave, please let me know down below where my Stargrave family at so I can embrace y'all and you can embrace me and we could just be cool and talking shop because my group is really enjoying this game to the point where we're like, enough with the one shots. Let's get into some campaign stuff and let's just see where this goes because this game is dope. So I'm excited. They're excited. And it also means I get to build some more crafts too, right? So for the homebrew content that we started discussing, this really came from discussions and questions about the game. So for example, in the game, there's more than two ranges, but let's simplify this here. And there's two ranges, the pistol range and the carbine range. Your pistol range is 10 inches, and your carbine is 24 inches. Now there's intermediates and stuff, but those are your two guns, right? So the question came up, well, here I have a sniper. How far does my sniper shoot? Oh, well, your sniper really has a carbine. What? Give me my sniper rifle, right? And the game explains why it is the way it is. But it was those type of questions that led to discussions and homebrew ideas. Actually, before I get into that, I just want to say that I firmly believe, Luggage, if you're listening, I think you agree too because you gave me the great advice. I firmly believe that the first games should be played as is. So if you are new to Stargrave, jump in as is because you will mess up some of the minute rules here, and it's fun as is. Even get started, just simply battle dicing each other. It will be enough to get started, and then you'll pick up those rules there. So the advice that was given to me by Luggage was do that first and then trickle in these homebrew ideas where you feel fit for you and your group. Don't just bombard everybody with this. So it's great advice. Wanted to share it with this video. Now, the thing is that when I started shooting this video here for you guys, it was right after a game that I had just played. Everything was out on the table. And I said, hey, let me share this stuff with you. Well, in between that production and the post-production, I was reading this. Well, kind of rereading it, but this Reality's Edge here. Now, the first time I went through this was with inexperience. So I just loved the cyberpunk genre. I thought it had a lot of, or I saw the review that it had a lot of stuff about the cyberpunk genre. So I kind of wanted to get into that too. And the stuff I was reading was kind of like on the surface, right? With minimal experience. Well, when I reread this before post-production, I said, yo, a lot of this stuff can be transferred into Stargrave. So I have the video shot. I have more stuff I want to talk about, and that's what led me to here. So if this video seems disjointed, it might be, but it's all because I just said, hey, I want to green light this. I want to share it with you guys. So without further ado, I'm going to get into the first videos that I shot, and then I'll come back in this format and discuss Reality's Edge's ideas with you guys and see what you guys think about it. Again, leave your comments down below. If you were Stargrave, hit the thumbs up for Stargrave. And hopefully you like this video and it gives you ideas about how to use the terrain and rules. It's both. There's both. There's terrain and rules, right? So, you know me, Craft Nicks. Everything from terrain to the game. And this time we're both. Let's get right into the video. I'll be back. So we're going to go dive into the board here. And I'm going to just jump right in. And the first thing I did was this little turret here. Now, in Stargrave, you have carbines and you have pistols. Carbines are your longer range, 24 inches. Pistols are only at 10 inches. So what I did was this little aliens looking turret from the movie. I made it so that you can interact with it and turn your pistol into a carbine. I also imagined it just like in the movies that it's mobile, so you can carry this along with your unit. Now the second thing I did was, if we swing around here, is I have these little McNugget sauces that I made many moons ago. I have the video up, so I'll try to put the link up there. But you can interact with this, and this will act as a flamethrower depending on which direction the nozzle is. So I have one here, and if my cameraman comes over here, I also have one right here. I think right over there is going to be the best spot to get it. All right. Yeah, I have one right here. So the nozzle is this way, and I think someone was about to flamethrow this guy here. By the way, this whole setup here is the end of the game night that I had. So we didn't get to finish because I was introducing the rules, and it was a 4-player game. So naturally, those things last longer. Now, I have the one turret. I have the McNugget flamethrower, basically. And also what we said was, if you throw a grenade on it, it will explode as a grenade. Same thing with these cars right here. And my cameraman will get a shot right there. Thank you, man. Thank you, cameraman. The last thing. So the last piece of terrain that's kind of interactable is this one here. And I made this one a long time ago too. You got to pull up over here. Yeah, so this one here. Okay, I'm going to pull it closer. Let's see if I get it in there. All right, hold it steady there. So this one, we're saying that if the grenade gets tossed on it, it explodes, and you'll have just a half cover scenario there. All right, full cover, half cover type. So this is destructible terrain that we got. Now the two of them that we didn't use are these here, and I'm going to pull them closer to you. And this one was just another case of, if a grenade hits it or explosive hits it, it also makes a secondary explosion. Now this one we will use for a non-mobile turret, and it has what's called in Stargrave the rapid fire status, which is basically your Gatling gun scenario where you can move it as a turret. So if you had it up here, okay, you can interact with it and get a line of sight and get your upgraded status of rapid fire. That is pretty much it. So, just what I'm trying to convey here is that let your terrain add some homebrew to your game. Let it marinate with it and just try to come up with some ideas that you could have your scatter terrain interact with your piece and with your game. All right, so for some extra game, after game thoughts or ideas, we had this box here that you can rummage through and get some supplies, maybe like some picks, some decks, and this just makes it easier to grab the loot in the Stargrave game. Now, if we're going to pan over to the cars here, we were going to use these the same way we would use destructible terrain. So you could throw a grenade at it and it may explode. Similar to XCOM, it might explode on that next turn or whatever the case is. Now to pan to the last one, the last thought was this building here. It had this hospital theme going on, and the thought was maybe you can enter these buildings and rummage for some extra healing supplies and stuff like that. So that's it, everybody. Just wanted to share some homebrew Stargrave game things that we did to enhance our game and mix it up a bit and add some extra homebrew rules, just like you would do it in an RPG. So if you guys have any ideas about how you homebrew yours, leave it in the links below. And also, if you made it to the end of this video, give a thumbs up for my cameraman. Let me know that you reached the end, and let my cameraman know that, thumbs up, baby. And that's it, guys. So you guys can catch me on all the social media, Patreon, and all of the above. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your time. And if you got any golden jewels and gems of thoughts, leave it down below. One last thing, if you're interested in the buildings, it's a stackable system which interlocks. I have the templates down below in the links, and you could download it for Coffee or Ko-Fi, however you describe it. And they're paying what you want, so if you want to show some love and support, but really, if you need them for your game, it's a nice way of getting some buildings quick and easy. So that's it. Signing out, everybody, officially. Peace. All right, everybody, welcome back. So, I'm going to talk about Reality's Edge. There's my slur words. And how to implement some of those ideas into your Stargrave ideas. The first one that I came up with, there's three. First one I came up with was the concentrate rule, or the aim rule, in other words. I thought this was a great idea. Now, in Reality's Edge, it gives you a +2. I was thinking a +1. And the reason I was thinking +1 was because it's kind of its counterpart to a hasty shot. Now, if you're not aware, just throwing it out there, hasty shot is when you move and then you shoot, you get a penalty to that. It's a -1. Well, if you don't move and you aim, you should get a +1. And that was really easy for me to do. Will it work? Will it be an option that's worth doing? Well, that +1 will carry into damage when you're calculating that too. So I think it's a good option. Plus, there's a lot of times where you don't want to move. You have a nice position. You might have a nice corridor or alleyway that you're looking down and you just want to hold spot, right? So that gives you an option. Instead of sacrificing your move, give yourself a small bonus for your aim shot, right? The second one kind of piggybacks off of it, and it is the Overwatch. Now, the reason Overwatch became a thing is because my group, everybody is familiar with XCOM. And one of the very first questions that were asked is, can I Overwatch? Now, in Stargrave, there's no rules for it, right? But what's similar in Reality's Edge to Stargrave is that the models are assumed to have a 360 range of line of sight. Well, if that's the similar thing, and Overwatch says, hey, if you're in Overwatch, then you only have 180 arc. Well, I think that's an easy concept to understand, especially because of the experience that we have with XCOM. The other portion is it takes 2 action points in order to Overwatch. So again, this lends into that space where you might want to hold position and you might know that someone is coming that way. You don't want to lose a shot, but you want to hold that position because it's a strategic position. Well, Overwatch should be a thing. Now, will it be OP? Not sure. Time will tell. But I don't think it will, because as the defender or as the other team, you can choose whether you go down that alleyway. You almost have foresight into who has Overwatch, and if you can get shot, or you avoid that shot altogether. Now, the question will come up is, in Overwatch, do I have to shoot, or can I just take a movement? It'll be a good discussion to have. If you have an idea about it, leave it down below. Again, if my Overwatch is triggered, can I perform any other action other than shoot? That's what you're leaving down in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. It's an interesting question, that I haven't come up with an answer. So maybe you can logically, convince me one way or the other. The last one is the example that I had in the beginning of the video, the sniper rifle. Well, you know what? Boom, it is in this book. And what does it do? It gives you 36 inches of range. Now, how does that translate into Stargrave? What I do know is that 36 inches would be the range, right? It would cost 3 gear slots to have. Big guns, no movement penalty like the rapid fire. However, you would maybe get a +1 or a +2 to that roll. Also, if you want to add even more rules to that, again, the more rules you add, the more complex it becomes. But I think this one is simple. So if you are within 10 inches, the reason I use 10 is because of the pistol range. And if you're within there, like the proximity of their target is within there, maybe you receive a penalty or you don't get the bonus at all. Just makes the shot tougher. Maybe you have to pull out your pistol, right? So maybe you get a minus to your shot, and that will force you to pull out your pistol and receive no modifier to that roll. So the main goal is just to get that long range shot where it's 36, and you might just cross the whole board if you're playing on 3x3 feet. So will I do it? I'm not sure. Will it be like Alien Tech? You have to roll on a treasure chart? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Maybe the sniper class just gets it, and that's be it because they deserve it, and they don't like carbines. They're allergic to carbines. And that's it. So, guys, thank you for watching. Again, if you play Stargrave, if you want to play Stargrave, if you're learning Stargrave, please leave it down below. Let me know where you're at, because I think this is the immediate future. Right here is Joseph McCulloch's Stargrave. And it is a game that is being enjoyed. So thank you, Joseph, for putting this together, because you are providing us with a game night that is just super, super cool and fun, and we're just having a blast with it. And we look forward to going with it, man. So I'm excited. My peoples are excited, and that's exciting. So I don't get deeper than that. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching again. Thank you for your time. I have Patreon open, and this is just to show some love and support. And I've been picking up some supplies, but I've also been picking up some production stuff. I got me a little clicker to take pictures with. It's making my life easier. I hope to get a microphone that will attach to my camera so that I could get better audio. You know, and maybe I can begin to get some of these subscriptions on these editors that will help my post-production and my audio, because I have audio training. I can mix and master, so I just don't have the software right now to do it. I think that's it. Thank you, guys. Signing out.